Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boyz who take the lead.
Ball chat.
Greetings, sports fans. Welcome to BCN Sports Halftime Show. My name is Benton. It's Wednesday. It's halftime, along with the man himself, George. Government name, Junior. The ball field name. Well, Bogba, the ball field name. How you stay?
Well, I'm good enough. I'm good. I'm disappointed, but I'm good.
Okay. Junior, hopefully you're having a wonderful Wednesday, jam-packed show as we always do it. We have a lot of things to discuss. And halftime show usually lasts an hour 15 minutes max. So, we always keep it simple and short during those discussions during the middle of the week. So, we don't know where we go. We don't waste our time. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful week. Junior, we're always going to start off with the top topics of today's football show and world of sport, Yeah. Big up to the new subscribers, Junior.
Yeah, we're growing, and that's the beauty of it. We continue to grow as a show, so we'll just keep going.
Keep going. Halftime show on today's topic. All right, let's get to it. Today's agenda, we have EPL. Let's start off with the EPL. Let's go. Rosenior out as manager at Chelsea. Junior, what is it, 106 days? How many games? I cannot remember the last time Chelsea won a game. Rosenior is officially out. Callum McFarlane will be the interim manager for the rest of the year. Let me wipe off some of the oily grease off of my face or whatever, the sweat, as I rush into the house. Julia, talk to me what's going on over at Stamford Bridge, or is it even a bridge anymore?
I don't know what's going on at this burning bridge. No, I do know what's going on, and it's disappointing. No, we said it at the start of this. We said it when Maresca was fired, and when we said it on this show, and I said, as a black man, I'm going to support him, but I would have never gone to Chelsea. It's just, it's unfortunate. No, we don't know the circumstances behind the firing. Common sense, our logic would probably dictate to us that they fired him because of the poor run of results, right? But then, if I take a step back and look at that, I would say that is madness. You cannot fire a coach and 100 days?
Well,
3 months?
Tudor got fired.
No.
Igor Tudor at Chelsea got fired after 40-something days.
And that's why Tottenham is about to get relegated. Relegation teams do stupid stuff like this. What do you expect a coach to do in that 3 months? Like, come on, man. There's a reason why you had to get a new coach. And the only change is up top of the coach, and you expect a big turnaround? Nah. No, granted, he wasn't lighting the world on fire.
Well,
with his results.
That's an understatement. Nothing gets by you.
Yes, so I mean that's Captain Obvious here. I try my best, but so I don't feel sorry for him. However, I think it's a dumbest decision, and decisions like these is what set your team back years, unless, and again, I don't know the circumstances. It could be that he went in and pissed off the board. It could be that he went in and said the board don't have any sense. I'll force them to fire him. It could be that he wanted to leave. It could be like him say, yo, but can't deal with them money, yo, but take with myself, right? So we don't know what the circumstances are. However, it is very unfortunate that you have such a quick change in coaching. Very unfortunate.
So looking at these numbers, 23 games in charge as the manager of Chelsea. He won 11. 2 games ended in draw. And he suffered defeats in 10 games. So, I mean, 47.8% to be exact. And if you look at his coaching CV, I mean, it's not far off what his numbers, his coach's winning percentage at Strasbourg, which is the club that he came from. So he was actually at 49% at Strasbourg, which is part of the Chelsea coaching network, or Chelsea, the Blue Company, or Clear Lake Ownership Football Club group. So, I mean, Liam Rosenior, looking at these numbers, did as pretty much as one would expect that Leon Rosenior has done, looking at these numbers.
Yeah.
And so, you hire 50%, rolling up his number, sort of manager. I mean, and he gives you 50% results approximately. Then, and you fire him. What?
Yeah. Big up BM. And it just feel like there's more to the story. It just feel that way to me. And I personally, I just don't like it. I just don't like when people get rid of coaches this quickly. It's a very poor precedent. It sets an unrealistic expectation on coaches. And you know what, though? Serve these coaches right. Because unless you are 100% sure that the last coach was the problem, why would you go take up somebody else's crosses? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, then I mean, so then why do I mean, I think you said you don't feel sorry for him, or
Yeah, I
you
know.
know, you don't agree with the decision. It's not right. It's setting a precedent. I mean, but these are grown adults, coaches with certain CVs. I mean, I hope that Liam Rosenior included a fire clause, a PO clause,
Of
but
course. Come on.
according to Donald, he didn't. So let's see. I need to check that if he did, because if he didn't, then he must have been enough. Well, I'm not gonna call him that, but
No. Benton, if he didn't, then he deserved to be fired.
and a part of me probably understand why he wouldn't, if that is true, because he's a young coach trying to grow in this business, right? You really get these sort of opportunities. So he felt like he could have come in and changed the landscape of things, and it failed. So he will get another coaching opportunity. He will learn from this, and I mean, Chelsea is just a mess. I mean, looking at these numbers, last time Chelsea won a game in the Premier League, we got to go back, Junior. We got to go back, and it's a result business. It's I'm what month we in right now? I mean, we in a month. April almost done. When last Chelsea won a game in the Premier League, and we saw the game yesterday where Brighton butter bruised them 3-0, and it could have been 7.
Yeah.
So, so what good Liam Rosenior? I think Chelsea brass is probably hoping for a new coach bounce. I mean, Callum McFarlane did get a bounce as interim manager when he was in charge for his brief tenure. I think was it after Maresca? Did he?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know.
So, but I mean, he's part of that club. He's always been that guy to kind of fill in when needed. So let's see. I mean, they will probably get a bounce, and maybe he can make an argument for his permanent appointment to this role. He will get an opportunity to do that. Box cover. So Liam Rosenior is officially out. What good, brethren. So you go. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. And again, that game yesterday was piss poor against Brighton. All right. Now, on to the field of play, Junior. Man City, as expected, maybe not by this margin. Man City is now at the top of the Premier League tree as they defeated Burnley 1-0, Junior. And
yeah,
Burnley
1-0 with a very early goal, after a very early goal.
Yeah, and Burnley is officially relegated.
Yeah.
Thoughts on, only one goal. Many expected more. Pep Guardiola did say they missed quite a few opportunities. And of course, he felt like the Arsenal game took a lot out of them. But he says his team, did what they needed to do, was win the game. They're both teams are tied on the same goal difference, but Man City's on top of the table because they've scored 3 more goals ahead of Arsenal.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, we all knew after that last game, after Arsenal game, we all knew this was going to happen. And now, can they maintain it? Because again, they barely won. They barely won today. So it shows that squeaky bum time. And it's a lot of games left compared. And we'll see. We're gonna see how it end up.
Yeah, people, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel BCN Sports Halftime Show. A quick roundup of some of the week's major news in the world of sports, not just football. You don't know how we do it here at BCN. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Junior, speaking of relegation, Burnley's down officially. I mean, Kyle Walker did say that he made that transfer to try to keep this club up. Just never happened.
Yeah, and you keep them up and them way down and keep their head up. So
yeah, I think I 4 games Burnley won, and so Burnley joined Wolves Junior as a relegated team. How you feel play 34 games and only win one, brother? Won 4? Come on. You played 34 games and you only won 4 games? Come on, you should get relegated for a long time. Burnley.
yeah.
Yeah. BM is asking a question about relegated clubs, and more specifically down to the Championship. Leicester City, Junior. And of course, Whisper is at Leicester City. Duchan Whisper Richards. I know you're probably tired of hearing about this name, and I moved to that. But
Yeah.
BM, what are your thoughts on Leicester relegation to League One? Talk about fall from grace. When they were deducted 6 points, right? Whatever it was 6 or 9 points. I don't even remember. You felt like it was inevitable. It was inevitable that they were gonna really get relegated. Not, good luck to Bobby Reed, and as his agent probably busy on the phone trying to make a move. And do you think League One is ideal for Whisper's progression, or should he look for opportunities outside of England? You know what? I think that's down to Whisper now. I think this scenario, or this notion of ideal level is down to the player. Whisper big man now. Whisper what, 20? Or almost 20, so he has to start playing either big man football at some point. And it doesn't matter what level you are at. It's whether you're Championship, whether you're Premier League, whether you're League One, you have to start show the thing. So it's down to him now to start demonstrate. So I don't know what level it is for him, but it's incumbent on him and he, the player, to demonstrate what he can bring consistently to the thing.
Okay.
I mean, that is. I mean, if you're good on there and you start up the place, I mean, we'll be back at Chelsea because it's a loan move. Or if you go back to Chelsea, because Chelsea has your own contract, then I mean, you have to demonstrate that you belong. I mean, at the end of the day, I just saw you go. I mean, and that is my assessment on the Whisper situation. I mean, really, or any baller for that matter. No matter if a Whisper or Messi or whatever, at some point you have to demonstrate that you can play on that par. And Whisper has not demonstrated that. I just saw you go. So until he does consistently, then I just, So I don't know what level it is. In my opinion.
Yeah, go and play where you are wanted. Because he went to Leicester. Number one, I mean, that's number one. I try to choose my words wisely. We all knew going in, Leicester, there's a question mark around why did he go to Leicester, right? And in hindsight, we asked a question mark like he had other options. No, we were told he had other options. We heard he had other options, but unless the other options were worse, we are questioning the Leicester move because Leicester was not a stable club. They were in dire straits at the time, and they were in survival mode. So him signing at Leicester, we knew he wasn't going to get a lot of minutes. He just wasn't. So go where you are wanted, and go where you have the opportunity to play. That's all
You know,
I say. We're not nervous about it.
yeah, I mean, I think when I saw the move, I thought it would have been a good fit because at the end of the year, it's an opportunity based on what I saw in the U21s at Chelsea for the player now to take the next step. And
Mhm.
and whatever happened with him on the club, there's maybe a lot of speculations about him and the coaches, but I think bottom line, more in large part, if there are players that are excelling, if there are players that are performing, whether it's in training or on the field, I see a coach playing those players. And so, for
Yes.
whatever reason, Whisper just never foot the bill. And it could be a situation where he just never adapted or was never comfortable. And
Well,
so, it will, so he has to find where his level of comfort is, where his level of happiness is. So, happy footballers, happy people are more productive people. I fundamentally believe so. Hope the youth, wish him all the well wherever he ends up playing football in the in the coming seasons, because youth is talented, but again,
yes.
you have to translate that talent to another sort of delivery. Deliverables, as I would call it. So
And opportunities. He needs opportunity, and that's where I was leaning towards. That he had to go to a place where he would get the opportunity to play. So I don't think he got that much opportunity to show what he did because of the situation at Leicester. They
okay,
couldn't afford that opportunity. So
okay. Time will tell. BM with Whisper. Watch the space. We update you accordingly. Um, on the players movement, and good luck to him regardless. Good luck, because we don't know,
yeah.
want the best for him. And um you know Junior, wrapping up the football discussion, general football discussion. We looked at the Premier League. Any other results in the Premier League yesterday and today, that's back to the English Premier League, that stood out to you that you want to mention?
No. So all the other teams is big up to Leeds. Leeds, they drew 2-2 with Bournemouth. They got a last minute goal, a own goal. Um and all they're doing right now is just trying to survive. Now West Ham as well drew with Crystal Palace, which ultimately they would have liked the extra 2 points where they could be closer to Nottingham Forest. But right now they're sitting right in between Tottenham and Nottingham Forest, and he's just setting up for a real run at the end of the season. Um, I think West Ham players play Everton. Oh, I thought they had Spurs on the schedule. No, but what let's say is a very very strong run in, and their next 5 games, I know they're losing at least 2 of these. Newcastle and Arsenal they're losing to. So, but you know what? West Ham could draw with Arsenal and May 10th and give City the title, you know.
Yeah, I and it's just like today with Burnley, right? And
Yeah.
it's always historically been the case for the most part. Teams that are battling relegation, you have to be prepared to fight those teams, and if you're not, to win 3 points off them, and if you're not prepared to fight them for those 3 points, you have to be careful, because so so I West Ham, Brentford. So on the 25th, this weekend, they play Everton. On May 2nd, they play Brentford. They travel to Brentford. They host Everton this weekend. Host Arsenal on May 10th. And bottom line also, it doesn't matter who you're playing. When you're in a relegation dogfight and at home, you want to secure points at home. It doesn't matter the club. And so this game on May 10th, they host Arsenal. Newcastle, they travel to Newcastle May 17th. And they host Leeds on May 24th. They don't want that Leeds thing to come down to that Leeds game on May 24th. they don't want that game to then determine their survival in this thing.
Yeah.
You know? So they have to, and I saw them against Crystal Palace on Monday, and Crystal Palace did miss a couple chances, but I do think that West Ham defensively has been quite impressive down the stretch under Nuno, and as the old adage, if them can't score for you, you at least have a point,
Yes.
BM says, what are your thoughts on Brandon Aronson this season? He's actually doing better than I thought. He looks like an EPL player. Brandon Aronson, American international at Leeds. Junior, will get you to chime in here in a second. I mean, I like the player. I know Daniel Farke has gotten a lot of flack for playing him, starting him earlier on in the season. He's a speedy looker player. I mean, he can be a handful, but I recognize that there are levels to this. Brandon Aronson will give you good competition, I believe, or will give you goals against mid to lower tier teams. When they go up against those upper echelon teams, the top of the league and the top 4 teams, then that's probably a little bit too much of an ask of Brandon. But if paired with a good number 9, he can be a very serviceable player, a very busy, hardworking player. And I like that about him. I respect that about him.
Yeah, I share his sentiments, and that is what the coach wants. And one thing that he's doing, he's keeping Daniel James on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I remember about that. That the brother. Brandon Aronson has scored 5? That was the most assists by American top 5 leagues. Have had 5 assists so far this season. And 4 goals. So it's not like him scoring a bag of goals, but
it's one of them youths. It's one of them youths that they're going to turn up at the World Cup and going to be the unsung hero for America.
Okay, I guess it could happen. Lively little player. All right, Junior, continuing our halftime show. By the way, remember to smash the like button. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Junior, I hate to do this, but I got to take you there. JFF President Mike Ricketts spoke to REFM. Big up Robert and Roger Hasfall. Robert Williams and Roger Hasfall over at REFM on Monday during the call-in program, What's the Score? Mike Ricketts, president of Jamaican Football Federation, pretty much says that the technical committee has provided a recommendation, and the recommendation is to keep Mr. Speid in charge. The current current coaching staff in place until or up till after the Unity Cup, which is scheduled for later in May for the Reggae Boys.
Okay.
He also went on to highlight Julia. Well, first and foremost, any thoughts on? I mean, we're not surprised by that, of course.
No, that's what I said. Okay. It's one of the worst kept secrets, and we're just seeing it. Because we saw on social media, everybody was running with this rhetoric that Speid, them going against Speid and Speid not going to get the job and blah 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 blah. And look, my suggestion is we should just sit back and wait until we get official news, right? Let them make it official one way or the other. Now, do I think he should get the job? I would say, why wouldn't he get a chance? However, the interviews that he did recently never bode well with me. So I would question his fitness for the job, not as an X's and O's guy, but then the other soft skills that come with being the head coach of the Jamaica national football team. You're a national coach. You're supposed to carry yourself a certain way. Not saying that he was wrong with what he did, but for me, I would question certain things. So until then, until we get official news, we just watch the ride.
Watch the ride, Rudolph Speid. So yeah, we expect formal announcement any day now that Rudolph Speid. If there's other news, then we keep the family abreast. But and at the end of the day, I mean, box cover. Let's just keep this thing 100, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you're not gonna World Cup. You're playing a while. Look, you did a tournament, Unity Cup, some games where you want to play. I mean, come on. Why not? Let him go and make a case for himself. There's a case that he made that, look, if his team, if he was coaching, maybe the team would have gone to World Cup. So let him go ahead and make a case for himself. Box cover. Yeah. All right, now over to the winning side when it comes to Jamaican football. The Reggae Girls officially know their opponents for the CONCACAF W Championship scheduled for later this year, November, to be exact, November 27th in Texas. Gas up the machine. The Reggae Girls will take on Costa Rica for a place in the semi-final of the CONCACAF W Championship. The 4 semi-finalists will advance to the FIFA Women's World Cup, 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup. So just win a game.
Let's win a game. Let's go out there and win a game. Now, that's 5 months from now. I would like to see us play at least 2 practice games before then. And that would make me feel more confident. But yeah, let's just win a game. Let's just win a game. Let's continue the momentum. You said during the watch along that it's a long time. It's a long wait till the next game. A lot of things can happen between now and then. I would just hope that we find a way to get some games in, find a way to get some camps in, take it serious, and go out there and dominate Costa Rica and make it to the World Cup. We know Costa Rica is a big side. We know they are a good side, but I am confident in my team, and I hope the support is there for the ladies. Them continued support, continue outpour of support, so that they can prepare well. That's what we want to see right now.
Yeah, my cricket's president of JFF on the same program said that they're looking for practice games in the next window, women's FIFA window, and so if something materialize, an announcement will be in short order. You don't know, I always use a phrase that things will be in short order, and then so he's. Hey, look, Jamaican football fans, listen. I want to tell you this. I believe things when I see it. I'm old enough to really kind of just listen to what my crickets or any football administrator when it comes to Jamaican football say. I will just believe it when I see it, and because of that, I do that for my benefit to stop going to this roller coaster sort of deal emotionally with this thing, but. I'm fully locked in on the Reggae Girls, fully loaded. The Reggae Girls Costa Rica game, a lot of ball game between now and then, of course, friendly games is gonna be essential. Even if we don't beat Costa Rica, so the top 2 teams, the teams that don't advance to the semifinals. The losers will then go into a playoff, and the 2 best teams from that playoff will then go to the intercontinental round to try to make it to the World Cup. So I don't want to go down that road. In fact, we don't want to look at it, but we want to keep all the options on the table. But the first and foremost is to beat Costa Rica on
Yes.
November 27th.
Yes.
Simple. And so with that in mind, I don't know what immigration situation will look like in November 27th, but I will highly implore all the reggae girls fans across the US roll out November 27th.
Oh, the fans.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
All the reggae girls fans roll out. Pack up the place, pack up the stadium November 27th. So we can support the reggae girls fully loaded. The other games, USA versus Nicaragua, or is this Guatemala? USA versus Guatemala.
Sacrificial lamb.
Of course, reggae girls versus Costa Rica, and Panama versus Canada, and Haiti versus Mexico. Okay, make sure to say Guatemala that, because my flag remembering is not 100% accurate. In fact, I can just look at it right now. It's El Salvador. So US play El Salvador. Yeah.
Sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. So ideal practice games would be against Panama and El Salvador. Yep. Because those two teams are on the other side of the bracket. So ideal practice games, and it shouldn't cost much to make those practice games happen, right, Junior?
Yes. Yes.
Now,
would Panama want to take part?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it should be easy. It should be easier because both of those teams, yeah, El Salvador. Thank you, BM. Thank you, not Guatemala. El Salvador. But yeah, it should. I mean, both of all these teams, the Guatemala versus Jamaica, or not Guatemala, Panama versus Jamaica women's team should be a game that helps both of those teams prepare for their next opponent, because Panama will have a tough game against Canada in their side of the draw, and so they want to play a tougher opponent. And heck, he play all Haiti too, box cover. That's stuff. Play as many games as you can, because ultimately that's gonna be important. So lot more to come on this one. So Reggae Girls, looking forward to this. BM says just beat Costa Rica and qualify for the World Cup. Anything else is bonus. Junior, my cricket says, of course there's a call by some for Mike to demit office. He said he's the most successful president in the history of this. 3 World Cups. The Reggae Girls and the under-17. More coaches. And he says more coaches. And then regarding the Reggae Boys, he said there are 211 member associations. And we essentially tried our best. So, so the people them who can come with them negativity and talk about me for demit office, them can just, I'm not putting the words in his mouth, but he's pretty much saying them for go.
Yeah, and he pretty much, so he and Rudolph Speid is on the same wavelength. I remember the Rudolph Speid waxed lyrically about my cricket CV, which, to be honest, he's right from a holistic point of view. And he was also the president at the JFF when they went through financial restrictions.
He said that when he came in the office, they were at 400 million in debt, and so now they are on a path of management. So I look, that Ricketts thing there, and whether he should demit office is not for me to figure out. That's up to the parish FAs. It would be nice to see metrics or measurables at the front end of an administration. What are your targets? So the question I would have for the parish FA members that voted for Mike Ricketts: did Mike Ricketts meet the targets set in front of him? I can sit down over here and talk all I want about Reggae Boys qualifying or not qualifying for World Cup. But maybe that was even a big benchmark for office, for remaining in office by those who voted for him. So um, we will see. I mean, you do have improvements, so we don't really want to go around and act like there aren't improvements. I mean, and he has highlighted those improvements. But to that end, also, as Rudolph Speid pointed out, is one of the colossal failure in not qualifying for this World Cup, the draw that the Reggae Boys had. Junior, something that was notable in that interview, um, Robert asked the president, Mike Ricketts, if he could, would he do anything differently if he had to do it over again? He said Monday morning, pretty much Monday morning, quarterbacking. He said, as to coaches not staying in the island, Steve McLaren violated or broke some of the agreements, and so that was a bit of a surprise. I mean, he said that Hamir Al Grimson stayed in the island, and he said he didn't want to stay in Kingston, but he stayed in Ochi for a little bit, and so but Steve McLaren was the one who violated some of the agreements, and he also highlighted the Adidas deal, which they just signed or just extended, is something that is one of the best kit deals in the history of Jamaican sports, period. I think Jamaican football. So, the man pop him collar and I celebrate his thing. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think as football fans, we can either continue to support the product with him in charge, or we can just act accordingly and take ourselves. Each fan have to make them own adjust their own decision.
Yep.
And
the reality is they're not going far.
No, sir. No, I mean,
no matter how pissed off we get, we're not going far.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's the unfortunate thing. So, to me is I applaud the attempt at transparency, but I laugh at how they are going about it. I laugh at it because it's like what's going to happen. It's just he might as well just make it official and done.
Yeah, nobody with the hide and talk foolishness. Nobody try come around and go around. Just it is what it is. BM says the JFF had nothing to do with the Reggae girls qualifying for 2 World Cups. They don't even like the girls. The fact that Ricketts can brag about the Reggae girls' success tells you everything you need to know about the man. He has no pride and shame. Actually, it's a good point. Because, to be fair, I think Mike Ricketts could have done more to support and invest in the Reggae girls. I mean, the whole situation with Sidella Marley, the way that relationship broke down, and if it wasn't for Sidella Marley, there wouldn't be the World Cup. So, but it did occur on a Mike Ricketts watch, so Mike Ricketts rightfully so can take those wins.
Yeah, I mean, I share the same. It's not belief, it's not the same sentiment, but I share the same revelation that Reggae girls did it despite of the JFF, right? I share that. However, it is what it is. The man is at the helm, and regardless of how we might feel like they could have done more, they did provide some support, so he can wear that badge with honor. Now, at some point, pride will kick in. At some point, I'm thinking to myself, like, if I was in his position, right, I wouldn't want to tout the Reggae girls because I know the rhetoric out there is them don't like me and them feel like I don't like them, right? So if me go out there and tout it, I'm just adding oxygen to the fire, and you just show another shame. Or you're just clueless to what really going on around you. Which one? You take a pick.
I get that, but I understand I understand why wouldn't an administrator. I just asked this question rhetorically. Why wouldn't an administrator take the wins? I mean, of course, an administrator, regardless of those things, were part of his or her massive plan. But they're going to take the wins. I mean, if I was in the chair, I would take the wins. I would say, yeah, the Reggae girls, two World Cup, they can't talk to me. They can't tell me nothing. And of course, we celebrate, we line up for your next one again. Because as though Sidela Marley deserves most and a lot of the praise. If I did tell Sidela Marley, say, yo, you can't come around here from jump, and this Reggae girls thing, that not gonna happen. Now, you know what I'm saying? So I facilitated that thing to occur. So, and that is a perplexing thing about all of this for me with my crickets. It's like you can get wins by just delegating certain things to other people. Just give the Reggae girls to them people and say, yo, it's still under the umbrella of the JFF. You guys manage the funds and manage the thing. Of course, they're not going to allow them to manage the money because, yeah, the money is a part of their thing. But they could get a lot more wins. He could have got a lot more wins, especially at the youth level, by allowing those things to occur. So, women's football level. But my crickets celebrating his wins. Go on, do your thing, my crickets. Good luck to you as a football administrator. Good luck to you. And we'll see what the parish FA members will say when times come to vote. Junior, important thing here regarding Jamaican football. Premier League football, Jamaica Limited got sued, Junior. Pivot LLC filed a lawsuit for breach of contract. Of course, Pivot LLC owned the rights or has the rights for Jamaican Premier League after Sportsmax went under. CEO of Jamaica Professional Football Limited, Mr. Hill, said, of course, they will not comment about this. But this is in the context now. They've filed a lawsuit as in Pivot for breach of contract for 100 million. And this is in the context of a couple resignations recently from the financial committee, and there's all these concerns about money on the Jamaican Premier League. Junior, this can't look good.
It cannot be good, and
Can't be good.
them.
Yeah, it's just
they're
like you
going,
can get kicked from other places.
and they're going hard too, because you see part of their expectation of the lawsuit is that they want to shut down all broadcasting of the games until them get their money back. The man must say no streaming, nothing till they get their money back.
You are in the media space.
Mhm.
Let me pick your media brain. You have a rights for a product. You're a Pivot. You've paid for this product, and other platforms streaming this product. How you recoup your money that you paid for this product?
Through sponsorship and through it depends on the conversation that you've had. So something was promised apart from the money, because they came up with a figure, a full figure, and it's a definite figure, which tell me that some agreement was made with some money or some asset that they value out this way. Now, of course, I'm gonna put a little chumps on top of it to pay the lawyers or whatever, right? But to answer your question, you make money based on the growth and the value of what you're investing in. So it's like you're investing in something, and you're investing in a product with a thought in mind that you're going to one, get back your money that you're investing in it, and you're also going to build your brand by doing something with this investment. So I don't know what them could have promised. I don't know what the Premier League could have promised them that they couldn't fulfill.
So
But all they're
yeah,
doing is just streaming the games.
So Pivot was announced as the Jamaica Premier League broadcast rights holder in August
Right.
of last year when Sportsmax went on. Yo, hey, BCN Sports with streaming game for no.
Yep.
Lawsuit was filed on April 6th. Pivot is asking for an injunction that will prevent the PFJL from any further violations of the contract, as well as claiming US $207,000 for outstanding balance for services and damages in excess of US $500,000 general.
Yeah. Which to me is just crazy. Like
$500,000?
yeah, but they made an agreement. The Premier League entered this agreement, this contract with them. And you have to ask yourself now, like, what was the plan? Like, how you expected to pay this money? Like, you can't just come in and say, yeah, man, me sign the contract and we give you our money and and you don't have a plan on how you're going to pay it. So you don't even think that they can carry a court. So that's why I've said we're missing something. We're missing something. There's something we're missing out of this story.
Yeah, and of course it's a legal matter, so now we have to just wait until Owen Hill, CEO of PFJL, said they will not be commenting on this legal matter while we the review. And of course, from a legal standpoint, you don't really want to comment on nothing away in a court. So you want
Right.
you want to keep that round a corner around this. So but I can imagine, I suspect at some point there must be a deal here if Pivot does have a legitimate argument. And I suspect Pivot does have a contract, everything spelled out to make this sort of broad financial claims. Now, ultimately the impact on the league itself, the product, the Jamaica Premier League, it's not like Jamaican Premier League are wheeling a bag of money. And things like this can also affect the development and the growth of the league, because some of those funds should be invested in the league, and so.
No, but how can you? The problem is this. The thing is this. You have we're living in a world now where video content is key. Social media content, video medium is key. That is gold, right? And you have a product like Jamaican Premier League football that a diaspora, if curated properly, you can make a killing off of these videos. You can make your money off of these videos. How to drop this soap?
So
how to drop this ball?
So my thing is this: should the JPL and the PFJL have done its own content direct to customers. We did a video year, I think it was last year or earlier this year, about how the Premier League the English Premier League is looking at direct to customer sort of deal. And of course, if the English Premier League is doing direct to customer sort of trial in Asia, and they have a huge bidding competition when it comes to their product, a league like the Jamaican Premier League that is struggling probably for bidders probably should try to go direct to customers, especially in a space where, like you said, you have social media, you can stream things readily available to your customers without, now granted, you streaming not just come so. The Jamaican Premier League will have to invest in the quality equipment to stream properly, but we see the Jamaica Women's Premier League is trying to do something like that, right? Where it's trying to go directly to the customer rather than have a middle,
Yeah, and it's a progressive mindset. It takes more upfront to set that up, though. So, you have to have money in on the upfront, and you have to understand that you're going to recoup it over time with streaming. Now, what you can do in the meantime, well, that's for the JWPL. The, to answer your question, maybe they just weren't progressive enough. Maybe they had other things to worry about. Maybe they don't even see the value in streaming the games. Maybe a lot of these influencers are a lot of these bosses might look at the JPL as a secondary investment or look at JPL as a secondary source of income. It might not even be the primary source of income. We don't know. We
Yeah.
don't. It's a big mystery, right? But all we know is that the company that was responsible for streaming, or the company that owned the broadcast rights, felt like they weren't treated well by JPL so much that they pulled themselves out and is willing to shut down our streaming. I think they hate the JPL that much that they're willing to shut down so nobody outside the Jamaican
Yeah.
island can watch a game.
Yeah.
So they are willing to kill the league.
Yeah. And if they own the rights, all them have to do is make one email to such and such platform.
Yeah.
And we know that so well. By the way, Junior, dragging your memory. Yeah, we have another subscribers on the thing right now, but dragging your memory. What going on with your farmer channel, Island Sports Network?
Remember they became Flow Sports.
Island Sports Network used to stream all the rights for the Jamaican Premier League in another life. We used to collaborate with them in another life. All right, what's the space? We keep you updated on this one as we push up close to the clock. We have a hard cutoff at 10 p.m. family. Watch along this weekend. BM says, where do you rank Drew Spence among the all-time great midfielders, male or female? I think she's right up there.
Right up there with what? Wait, what?
Where do you rank Drew Spence among the all-time great Jamaican midfielders?
Oh, Jamaican.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh.
She's right up there with the Jamaican midfielders.
I think she's the best. I think she's the best female midfielder Jamaica was there. Now, this is the unfortunate thing. I don't think we've had a lot of time with her. So I think there's more. I think there's more that she could have done because she's getting up there in age now.
She's 33. She's probably already up there.
Yes. So it's just unfortunate that we never get to see a lot more games with her. But for what she has done, she's earned the spot to me as Jamaica's best midfielder. Female midfielder.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. Where does she rank all time with the men now? So if I talk about and it's hard to gauge a male to female, but we'll try. Peter Cargill is ahead of her. Whitmore is ahead of her. Fitzroy Simpson is ahead of her.
Calvin Wappy Valentine is ahead of her.
Yeah, Valentine ahead of her.
That whole heap of things we unpack. She up there. She good. She up there.
Yeah, but I can give it 20 male midfielders that is ahead of her. Andy Williams is ahead of her.
Well, Andy Williams then a tackle. Him can go and go sit down. Big up yourself, Andy.
Well, okay. So so Andy Williams is that around Andy Williams is around that bench.
Big up yourself, Andy. Go and go learn.
Andy Williams. But Twinnybug Aglin is ahead of her.
Yeah, man.
Corbett is not Corbett. Hector Wright is ahead of her. And then now we start
Jeremy and you is ahead of her.
Jeremy and you. No.
We are going to say Tyreek McGee ahead of her.
No. Jermaine Hughes not ahead of her. Because Jermaine Hughes never get as much opportunities.
Jermaine Hughes
So,
out.
I'm not going to say JPL, Jermaine Hughes better than, is ahead of Drew Spence. Nah.
No,
Nah.
you're not going to say that. All right.
No.
All right. Junior, before we go, 2 minutes enough. We have a hard lock off at 10. 1 minute, Elaine Thompson-Herah. We have to touch track and field real quickly. Ran 10.93. Big athlete is back, Junior. The big athlete is back.
I really hope BCN has finally found peace and solitude where she can now focus on her craft.
Yeah, we still love the Shelly, but we have to big up,
Miss
Elaine.
Would you say she found maturity as well or no?
No, just say injuries recovery.
Injuries recovery, okay.
Don't use maturity.
All right.
Don't use maturity. Big up to Elaine. But it's, of course, we know when she's on farm. It's, special athlete. Big up. Junior, before we go, 1 minute, we have another 1 minute, 50 seconds to be exact. We can discuss Elaine Thompson-Herah and track season approaches. But NBA playoffs is currently on right now. Junior, quickly. Who you got? Talk to us about those of us who don't watch NBA all the time. What should we look for during this NBA playoff? 30 seconds, family.
No is the best time to watch basketball. I hate basketball up until Valentine's Day. Right around the All-Star break is when the NBA teams really start playing basketball. And then when they hit playoffs is when they see good basketball. Some very good games out there. Very good games. New York and Atlanta tied 1-1.
We are back. The Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Junior is like, sir, you guys were never there.
So Wembyana got a concussion yesterday. Portland tied with them 1-1. Lakers, I think the surprise team so far because Luka and Austin Reeves are out, and old foot LeBron carry Lakers to a 2-0 lead over Houston. But apart from that, though, every other series is a damn good series. And watch that Denver, Minnesota. We can't talk about so much of them. It's just good basketball playing, good competitive basketball playing right now. It's the best time to watch basketball.
All right. So remind us of the matchups, East and West, quickly, family.
So in the East. So in the East you have Pistons and Magic, that's tied 1-1. Cleveland and Toronto, Cleveland leading at 2-0. The Knicks and the Hawks tied 1-1, and the Celtics and the 76ers tied 1-1. Over in the West, defending champions Oklahoma Thunder and the Suns, the Lakers and the Rockets, Nuggets and the Timberwolves, Spurs and the Blazers. Thunder and Suns playing the second game of the series right now. Lakers up 2-0. Nuggets and Timberwolves and Spurs series are all tied 1-1. So again, it's the best time to watch basketball. Best time if you like competitive basketball. Now is the best time.
BM says, remember comedian says that did a skit where Hal Grimson was asking Drew Spence to join the Reggae Boys. Next slap. I like that to know. Watch along again this weekend. Of course, we keep a track on FA Cup action. FA Cup action. We'll do watch along, and of course the feature game in Premier League. We'll touch that. Touch Arsenal. I think Arsenal play Newcastle this weekend. We'll keep a track on that game if it's worthy. That time for go my yard, family. Time for go my yard. Have a wonderful Thursday. Remember to subscribe and smash the like button, family. Have a wonderful rest of the week, family. Bless up in yourself. Weekend again.
Later.